Back to step 11, drilling, drill 3/4 inch hole, 4 holes on square ends of part A and part B. So what we're going to do here is install 3/4 inch Forstner drill bit and drill press, set up fence and stop block secure with C-clamps, not quick grips, all right? And then confirm setup with teacher before proceeding. Very important step. All right, so this is a review. So we're going to take our 3/4 inch drill bit, we're going to put it in the chuck, we're going to grab our chuck key, and we are going to turn it righty-tighty, crank on it really tight, get the chuck key out of the way. Then we're going to, this is a little bit of a, setup's always a bit of a drag, but set up properly, you're gonna have success, all right? So first thing we wanna do is make sure that the drill bit is going to be able to go all the way down and travel into the table slightly by a few millimeters. So you notice with my feed lever down that it doesn't go all the way. So I'm going to adjust that so it goes into the table. All right, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to bring this over to my end spot like so, where I use the awl to make a mark, and I'm gonna use the center burr on the drill bit, put it in there like so, and then I'm going to use the spindle lock to secure it. And then I'm going to bring the fence in. Notice that I'm using C-clamps, making sure that there's no gap between there, zero shadow line, and really crank tight the C-clamps at both ends over here, and clamp those down. And then what I want to do is, confirming again while holding this, I'm going to lock down the column lock. I want to go to the other side, and also then I'm also going to come over here and I'm going to tighten the headstock clamp lock as tight as I can. And then I can remove at the same time still holding the spindle lock on. I'm going to take the stop block, making sure there's no debris in there, pick up a vise, a C-clamp, and tighten it down. Very important, we're using C-clamps, not quick grips, because they often they can loosen up and that will be a problem. Okay, and now I can take my piece of wood. This is actually my demo piece of wood, so I've got my 4As back here, and what I want to do is get in the habit of doing orientate the piece the same way. So I've got the long end over there, bring it up like so, and then I'm going to grab, in this case we can actually bring down the spindle lock, hold it in place, and then I can bring notice that a lot of this is done very close to the edge of the table. That will allow me to lock clamp the piece easily. And I bring the C-clamp a little bit closer to the edge. And again, always checking that this is nice and tight to the fence, and also that this clamp is quite close to the drill bit without touching it. So now I'm ready to go. And so this would now be step 2, drill 4 part A's and 4 part B's ends. Ensure each piece is clamped as close to the drill bit. Check to avoid tear out. Ensure wood chips are removed from the table. A piece, we did that. Make sure you have to drill all 8. Make sure you have to drill all 8 holes. Don't leave your setup, all right? So do I have time to do all this? Yes, I do. Will it mean me staying in at lunch or after school? You can never get this the exact same way again. So just again, everything is locked down. Just confirming, and now I'm ready to drill. I got my eye protection, no loose clothing. And the other thing I want to do is, just even though it's clamped down, is have my piece hand on the wood, and I'm going to bring the feed lever into the wood, drilling slowly. And remember, it's fine to drill into the table, and turn it off. Make sure it comes to a stop. Don't lean down and blow into it until it's come to a stop. Blow the chips out of there, and and you can see that we should have 0 tear out on the back side. Then you can proceed with the next one, making sure that this area is free of debris, because if they are out a little bit, then you will have, it won't be the same as the previous one. So make sure you're gonna reclamp that. Then you're gonna go through the rest of the part A's, and then at the same time, after you've done the part A's, then you're gonna use the same setup and you're going to do the part B's on the end only. All right, so that concludes the number 2, and I'll show you how to do the step 12, drilling the second hole following for the next step. Thank you for listening. See you at step 12.